Sveiki! Hi, my name is Baiba and I teach Latvian language as a foreign language. And today we will talk about the first conjugation verbs, two small groups. So this is the second part about this group of verbs. That today we will look at non-reflexive verbs and how to conjugate these verbs in present, past and future forms. Augt, sākt and nākt, and that's the first group. And the second group, braukt, saukt, teikt and sveikt. Yeah, the first group, augt, sākt and nākt, is verbs with the same infinitive and first person present stem. And the second group of verbs is verbs with the infinitive ending with a k, t, and then k changes to t in present and past tenses. Also, we will look at these verbs, how they are derived with prefixes, and the most common prefixes, not all possible prefixes. That would be too much, I think. And then also reflexive forms, or most common reflexive forms of these verbs. So paaugties, sākties, nākties, pabraukāties, saukties, pateikties, izteikties, pieteikties. Yeah, are the reflexive verbs. These verbs, except sākties, maybe saukties and pieteikties. Yeah, only these three verbs could be for the level A1 and A2. Rest of the verbs are already for higher levels. So, a review of the endings. How do we conjugate first conjugation verbs? As you can see, there is now these J, letter J in the past and future forms, what's common with other verbs. And for two, it's either no ending or we have ending E. So it depends. So look at the verb augt. Es augu. Now, es augu in the past. And es augšu, future form. Tu audz. So that's something we need to keep in mind. Yeah, for tu, g changes to z. But that's the only change in all this form. Yeah, tu audz, tu augi, augsi, viņš aug, so we go back to g and stop with that. Viņš auga, augs, mēs augam, augām, augsim, jūs augat, augāt, augsiet. You see, the only strange part is in here. When we need to remember, the g changes to z, to audz. Very similarly with the verb sākt, to start something. Also we need to remember tu form, yeah, because tu sāc. Otherwise it's just ending after the stem sāk. Es sāku, tu sāc, viņš sāk, mēs sākam, jūs sākat. So the same way, past and the future forms. Next verb nākt, nākt, to come. So now again in tu form there is a strange tu nāc. Yeah, es nāku, tu nāc, viņš nāk, mēs nākam, jūs nākat. But here we need to remember that also k changes to c or k mainās uz c in the past forms. Es nācu, tu nāci, viņš nāca, mēs nācām, jūs nācāt. But in the future we go back to k. Es nākšu, tu nāksi, viņš nāks, mēs nāksim, jūs nāksiet. So next group in a moment. Yeah. So once again, these three verbs, augt, sākt and nākt. Yeah, we remember the tu form will be different. And these changes, when g changes to z and k changes to ts, is very common with lots of other verbs as well. And in words in general, So if there is a change, then k usually will change to ts and g will change to z. Another thing to keep in mind that imperative form, when we command someone, and in the use form, so you plural or formal version, also has this change like to, yeah, but it's use and imperative, audziet. Yeah, when you conjugate the verb, it's like use augt, and then if you know a little bit about how to create imperative forms, then you know the a changes to ia. That would be augiet, but that's not correct. It g changes to z, audziet. Same about sākt, sāciet. Yeah, start your work, start your test, sāciet. And same here with the verb nākt, imperative form, nāciet. Yeah, there is something to keep in mind. So let's look at the sentences. Tomāti aug ļoti labi. Bērni aug ātri. So augt we can use either for plants or children as well. Rīt es sākšu mācīties latviešu valodu. So tomorrow I will start to learn Latvian language. Sāc tagad. Start now. Yeah, imperative form, but this is a tu form. So informal, sāc tagad. So what would be the formal version or plural? Sāciet tagad. Nāciet. Come. Mēs nākam. Pagaidiet. We are coming. Wait. Agrāk viņš nāca uz darbu kājām, bet tagad brauc ar velosipēdu. Before he came to work on foot or by foot, now he rides a bike. So let's remember. Yeah, and create your sentences before we move to the next. Look at these three verbs and create your sentences. You can practice and write present tense, past, future form, and for es and tu and viņš and viņa, yeah, and so on. And again, if you want me to check your sentences, feel free to send it over. So verbs derived with prefixes. So the most common prefixes with these verbs are with augt is augt. So it's finished action. Tomāti izauga ļoti garšīgi. So it's done. Yeah, they finished to grow and they were very tasty. Izauga ļoti garšīgi. Tu atnāci uz darbu vēlu. So atnākt. No, I said it's finished action, but it's probably not always because at usually shows the direction. Yeah. Tu atnāci uz darbu vēlu. So you came to work late. So you arrived at the workplace late. Yeah, that's why I did add a finished action. Vakar iznāca jauns albums. So the is prefix is usually shows out. So it came out. New album came out yesterday. Also you can use it that you left the workplace. Es izgāju no darba. Es izgāju no mājas. I left the house. Yeah. Lūdzu ienāciet. So opposite of is in. Ienāciet. Please come in. Lūdzu, ienāciet. Šodien mēs uzsākām jaunu tēmu. So, uzsākām vai sākām would mean the same. Yeah, the prefix uz has slight nuance. It says that we started a new topic, but just a little bit. It just a little bit started, yeah? Mēs sākām jaunu tēmu, that would be that we started a new topic today and maybe the whole 90 minutes we talked about this one topic. But uzsākām would mean we just started. Yeah. Reflexive verbs. Again, before you move to the next topic, my suggestion would be go back and build your sentences with these prefixes. Yeah, start to recognize this is and ia, especially with the movement. Yeah, izaugt, iziet and ienākt. Yeah, uzsākt and finished actions as well. Yeah, reflexive verbs. So what kind of reflexive verbs you can create from these three first conjugation verbs? So the reflexive verb endings. So the change we'll just learn, yeah, the tu is with the ts and g with these verbs stays here as well. Yeah, this every change we learned with the non-reflexive verbs, you apply also to these reflexive verbs, and you remember also your new endings. Yeah, sākties. We know this verb usually at the beginner's level. Yeah, sākties, that something starts. So we use it only in a third person. Yeah, because we can't ourselves to start and to end. So it's something else starts, like a concert, job, conference, movie. Yeah, anything else, a spring or summer or June. Yeah, nākties, to be obliged. Pienākties, to be due. It's always hard for me to explain this verb, but it's something you own, you earned, I would say, you earned. Yeah, and paaugties, to grow up a little bit. And again, let's look at the verbs with the endings. S, we can't use with S, only third person, yeah? Tātad koncerts sākas, vakar sākās, un rīt sāksies. Yeah? Jums nāksies. Yeah, nāksies. Nācās, in the past, remember for verb nākt, past with the c. You see the birds are saying hello to you. They agree. Un nākas. Yeah. Again, also es nākos, we wouldn't say that, so we wouldn't use it in the first person. Yeah, tu nācies. Ne, only in a third person. Yeah, I'm sorry. It's in the second. Yeah, we also don't use it with the es, tu, viņš, viņa. So it's only with the dative man, tev. Yeah, and then we apply this verb form. Yeah, like a third person. Pienākties. Yeah, again, man pienākas. Again, we use only these verb forms, and not with es, tu, viņš, viņa, but with man, tev, viņam, viņai. Mums, jums, viņiem, viņiem. Yeah, viņiem, viņām. So dative in front, and these verb forms. Un paaugties, now that we could apply to anyone. Yeah, es paaugos, so I grow a little bit taller this year. Apparently not. Tu paaugies. Yeah, in the past, paaugies. Viņš paaugās, in the past, yeah, would be, and mēs paaugāmies, jūs paaugāties, and the future forms as well would be possible. Tā. Cikos jums sākas darbs? Cikos jums sākas darbs? So for sākas, third person only, yeah? Jums nāksies gaidīt rindā. Jums, as I said, yeah, the personal pronoun will be in dative, or the logical subject will be in dative form, and then reflexive verb like a third person here. Jums nāksies, yeah? In this case, I'm using the future form. Man pienākas atvaļinājums, so I earned, my vacation, yeah? I've been working for several months, so I must have a vacation now. Yeah. And then next, jūsu dēls ir ļoti paaudzies. So your son has grown up a lot. Meita ir paaugusies. Tomāti ir paaugušies. As you can see, this verb we can use only in the perfect tenses. Yeah, we can't use it in the simple sentence. Yeah, again, that would be for higher levels. Then your son has grown up, yeah, a lot, and your daughter, and then the verb changes for the person. Dēls paaudzies, meita paaugusies, and then tomāti is a plural form. Paaugušies, has grown. Yeah, paaugušies. But that's another story, how to create these structures. Ejam tālāk. Atbild uz jautājumiem. So answer my questions now. Vai jums šovasar pienākas atvaļinājums? Stop your video and write down. Kad sākas vasara? Vai jūs gribat vēl paaugties garāks o garāka? Vai jūs gribat paaugties garāks o garāka? So, and let's move on. Another group of verbs. So in the second group, in here we have a verbs with infinitive ending kt, and then the k changes to ts when we create present and imperfect or past tense. Yeah, but infinitive it will be k in a dictionary form. It's k, but when we start to change this verb, it changes to k changes to ts. And the basic verbs would be braukt, saukt, teikt, and sveikt. So braukt, you know, I believe, yeah, to go, to drive by transportation, yeah. Saukt is to call, to shout. Remember, one of the first phrases you learn is mani sauc. Sauc. So this is the verb saukt. Teikt is to tell or to say somebody. And for this verb, we don't have a present tense at all, because for the present form, we use another verb, which is sacīt. Yeah, es saku. And that's a third conjugation verb, so we won't talk about this here. And the last one is sveikt. Sveikt, to greet and also to welcome someone. And as you can see, in all of these verbs, we change k to ts in present and in the past forms, not except the verb teikt, where we don't have a present form at all. Now, for example, vakar es braucu uz Rīgu. Šodien jūs braucat uz semināru. Rīt brauksim uz Tallinu. And again, take your time and build your sentences, as many as you can and you like to. It will help you to remember the verb forms. Jāni, vai tu mani dzirdi? Es tevi saucu. Jāni, can you hear me? I'm calling you. Yeah, es tevi saucu. Kā tevi sauc? Yeah, the phrase, the question we know very well. Kā tevi sauc? Ko jūs teicāt? What did you say? Ko jūs teicāt? Es teicu, ka šodien ir skaista diena. So I said it's a beautiful day today. Es teicu. Yeah? Ko teiksiet? Future form. Ko teiksiet? What will you say? Es teikšu, jums taisnība. I will say, you are right. Sveicu jūs visus 16. tīmekļa seminārā. So I greet you, or I welcome all of you in the 16th of webinar. There you go. And create your sentences and answer my questions. Kur jūs brauksiet nedēļas nogalē? Kur jūs brauksiet nedēļas nogalē? Vai jūs mani saucāt? Vai jūs mani saucāt? Did you call me? Like, shout. Yeah, I heard maybe someone called Baiba, Baiba. Not sure, that's why I'm asking. Vai jūs mani saucāt? Ko tu teici? Ko tu teici? What did you say? Vai jūs sveicat kolēģus dzimšanas dienā? Vai jūs sveicat? Do you greet, do you congratulate your, not congratulate, do you greet your colleagues in their birthdays? Again, verbs with prefixes. So there is a little bit more prefixes, as you know, for the braukt, yeah, we can use lots of directions of how do we drive. So is, look, okay, the first example is ie. Es iebraucu garāžā. So what was ie? In. That I draw into the garage, yeah. Tu izbrauc no garāžas. So you are driving out, izbraukt, and it's usually followed by from, izbraukt no. Garāžas, we could drive out of Latvia, izbraukt no Latvijas, yeah, and we could iebraukt Latvijā, to drive into Latvia as well. Viņš aizbrauca uz darbu. So aizbrauca, he went away from the place where I am, or someone else who says that. So he went away, he went to work. Aiz, away, somewhere from. Un viņa atbrauca no darba, and she came from work. She drew back from work. Atbrauca, so opposite direction. Pasauc lūdzu palīdzību. Prefix pa, finished action. Pasauc lūdzu palīdzību. Ask for help, please, or call for help, please. Pa, in this case, yeah, get it done. Skolotāja izsauca Jāni pie tāfeles. Izsaukt. It's very common in schools when the teacher calls someone from the class, come to the front of the class and work on a board. Izsaukt, like call out from the seat. Yeah, it could be somewhere else. It's called out, like from queue, for example. Izsaukt. Yeah. Also, we could use iesaukt to call in. Yeah, ārsts iesauc Jāni kabinetā. So the doctor called in. Yeah, in the office, in the doctor's office. Atsaukt, change the meaning, to recall. Vai tu vari atsaukt atmiņā vakardienu? Can you recall in your memory yesterday? Vai tu vari atsaukt atmiņā? Yeah, to recall. Teikt, pateikt, finished action. Vai tu pateiksi man, cik ir pulkstenis? Yeah, pateikt. Vai tu teiksi, so I'm waiting, when will you tell, well, you say, vai tu pateiksi, will you get it done? Vai tu pateiksi man, cik ir pulkstens? Yeah, will you tell me what time is it? Apsveicu jūs 8. maijā. So it's an old sentence because today it was a webinar on 8th, yeah? What today is? 19th already. So I congratulate you, or I greet you in the 19th of May. Apsveicu jūs 19. maijā. Tad apsveicu, finished action, yeah? Again, often you would hear both forms, sveicu or apsveicu. Both are absolutely fine and you can treat it as synonyms. Sveicu jūs 8. maijā vai apsveicu jūs 8. maijā. Yeah? Apsveicu dzimšanas dienā or sveicu dzimšanas dienā. There you go. Reflexive verbs. So again, the same endings as always, yeah, with this. And then the reflexive forms from these verbs. Pabraukāties. Yeah, if you live or if you have Latvians in your family, you could hear them using this. Pabraukāties, to drive around. Yeah, with es varu pabraukāties. The children would say, can I ride around, drive around, or ride around with my bicycle or scooter or board or whatever. Pabraukāties. Yeah. Tātad es pabraukājos now un es pabraukājos before. Yeah. Pārteikties, to make a slip in speaking. Yeah, when your tongue slip, I think. Yeah, you want to say something else and then you pronounce it wrongly and it sounds like completely different word, yeah? So that's pārteikties. Pārteikties. Pateikties. Pateikties, to thank someone. Es pateicos. You could hear people use that instead of paldies. Pateicos. Yeah, paldies or pateicos. Pateicos. Izteikties, to express one's opinion. pieteikties, to apply, yeah, for something yourself, yeah, because a non-reflexive form would be pieteikt, to apply someone else, yeah, but pieteikties about yourself. Saukties, to go by the name of this, yeah, sometimes you could say how that building is called, but not by someone else, but how this building called. I don't know how to say, but we can use it, yeah, like kā saucas filma, yeah, not how the movie is called by others, but how the movie called itself, kind of. Un iesaukties, to exclaim, to come out. Oh, jauki, yeah, something like that. Tā, pabraukāties, I need to, es pabraucos, nē, it doesn't work like that. Pabraukāties, es pateicos, jā, tu pateicies, es pārteicos, tu pārteicies, viņš izteicās, jā, izteikties, so we can't use it in present, it's still only past and future form, ja? Viņš izteicās, viņš izteiksies, mēs, ja, pieteikties, mēs pieteicamies, mēs pieteicāmies, un mēs pieteiksimies, jūs iesaucāties, vai jūs iesaucaties, un jūs iesauksieties. Bet pabraukāties, I can't say es pabraucos, ja? Es braucu, bet es pabraukājos. So actually I would need to work with this verb separately a little bit more. So I probably will add a separate paperwork, yeah, to show you how the verb pabraukāties will change in all forms. It doesn't follow exactly the same pattern. Vai es drīkstu pabraukāties ar jūsu ūdens motociklu? So may I drive around with your motorbike, how it's called? Yeah. And it's should be a question, right? It's a question. You feel free to use it as a second verb, yeah? May I want pabraukāt, es gribu pabraukāties, vai es drīkstu pabraukāties, man vajag pabraukāties, and so on, so on. Feel free for that at the moment, but to be able to conjugate the verb, you will need to look at the separate small paperwork I will add. Atvainojiet, es pārteicos. So atvainojiet, excuse me, I, yeah, slipped my tongue or something like that. Es pārteicos. Kā tā vieta saucas? Kā tā vieta sauc? Of course you could say, kā to vietu sauc? How the place is called, yeah? But sometimes, you know, people play with the words and they change it a bit, and then it could be how this place called itself. Vai jūs lūdzu varētu izteikties skaidrāk? No, probably this would be the question you would like to ask me quite often. Yeah, can you please, could you please express your opinion clearer? Yeah, that I can understand what you really mean by saying that. And I don't blame you, I do understand that, and it's hard sometimes, and my English is not good enough. And last example, es gribu one of the last ones, yeah? Es gribu pieteikties latviešu valodas kursos, viņš skaļi iesaucās. So basically, es gribu pieteikties latviešu valodas kursos, viņš skaļi iesaucās. Es pateicos par garšīgajām pusdienām. Yeah, pateikties. So I thank you for the very tasty lunch. Yeah. Tad pateicos, you could use instead of paldies, es pateicos, vai simply pateicos. As I do. Pateicos par uzmanību. So I thank you for your attention, and I thank you for learning Latvian language. Enjoy to create some sentences and feel free to send it to me. I'll be happy to help you. Paldies! Atā! I'll see you next time. More about first conjugation verbs. Veiksmi!